Well, I'm all on my own down here in Palmanova. Anita's gone off with Lara to do some shopping. I've come down with the boys, so I'm not really all alone. They've already hit the beach and they're already playing football. It's a beautiful sunny day and it's, let me just remind myself, it's the Saturday, 19th. No, it can't be the 19th. Anyway, it's April and it's Easter Saturday. So I've not got Anita here to remind me of everything. Okay, we're going to have a little look around Palmanova, and any news that I can think of, I'll let you know. Well, the big boys are already down there on the beach. They've got the ball, and so they're going to be happy for a while. And William, he's on the climbing frame over there in the distance with his dad, so he's all nice and safe. And well, I'm going to have a little walk around Palmanova just to have a look to see what's going on. Looks to me as though things have changed. It's only been a week since we were down here, but looks like there's already been lots of changes. Ah, William, where are you? Right at the top, aren't you? Yeah. You better be careful up there.
I will.
So the big boys are on the ball, set up the goal, and they're happily playing football. And we can see now already on the beach now they've put the parasols out, and we've got some sunbeds and some parasols out, but it's all getting set up. Oh, what a save! Well done. Later on we're taking the big boys down to Real Mallorca Cafe and we're going to watch them play Mallorca play Elche. Whoa! See you later. Because I'm going to go off for a little walk into Palmanova, and something I noticed as we came down, that they have a market, which is, I'm assuming, is just here for Easter. So not something we normally have. I've not seen before. So there's some games and things, some bouncy castle type stuff, bowls for the little children, and then a whole load of market stalls. So let's go and have a look. It's only 20 to 11 in the morning, so it's quite early, and Anita's missing this. The first store we come to is dried fruits and nuts. Always like those, roasting. There's the roaster. And then lots of sweets. Lots and lots and lots of sweets. I don't think I've ever seen a stall of sweets so long as this. Look at that. And then next to it you can get your crisps. These are freshly cooked, freshly made crisps. There's the big pan. But we've now got these market stalls. So we're just in opposite the Fergus Hotel, across the road there. All the bars and restaurants, everything's opening up now. And this is really quite exciting. Something a little bit different. On May the 8th, we're going to have the Europe Day, so it'll be a market similar to this, but we as an association will have a stall as well. Lots of the associations have stall, the Cancer Association, the Lions Club, Rotary Club, and I will have a Leo's Club, which is like the Junior Lions. Bars already, yeah, Can Blanc looking very busy. People out for their morning coffee or breakfast even. We had breakfast at home today. We've got tables reserved here. Some games, toys. William was playing with some swords. We're going to Pirates on Wednesday, So William was getting prepared, playing with his mask and his swords this morning. This is quite pleasant. We've got stalls on both sides of the promenade here. Always lots of jewellery type stalls. And even though it's quite early in the morning, there's already quite a few people out. I'm guessing this is going to get really quite busy later on. Get your mojitos. €5. When I got in the car this morning, I put a jacket on, and as I was getting out of the jacket, I wasn't quite sure whether I should get out of the car. I wasn't sure whether I should leave the jacket on or take it off. I chose to take it off. I think that was a good decision. All right, lots of books here. So when we have the Leo's stall, probably what we're going to do is to be selling second-hand books. More drinks, smoothies being prepared there, that's the noise you can hear. And another store, not sure what they're going to be selling, but they're just setting up. So some of the stalls are just setting up. Looks as though there's even a little stage in front of us. Quite sure what's going on, and there's lots of tables there, so and chairs, so I'm imagining there might be some little shows going on here today. It's actually starting to feel like a holiday island again, really. So this is what Mallorca is all about, people paddling in the sea, playing on the sand. Really looking good. And we've got a few boats out on the sea as well. It's looking fairly calm. There's not so much wind about today. Usually last few weeks we've had lots and lots of wind, but today it's calmed down. Here's a little pile of seaweed, so they've been clearing the seaweed off the sand, and we always get that every year. It all gets washed up and they clear it away. Some of it does end up getting used as fertiliser. Not sure what about the rest there. Looking good here. I'm just going to go ahead up the steps. I'm just looking down at the sea now. Looks really nice and clear. I've just been passed by two policemen, one of them who was jogging. So I don't know if something exciting has happened around the corner. I hope not. The other one's glued to his telephone. So I guess we'll find out in a minute. So they're talking to someone. I'll just switch the camera. Stop talking to a girl who was walking a dog. I don't know what the situation was there. Maybe she took the dog onto the beach, and that's pretty much not allowed anymore. There's the sign. Well, we're not wearing masks, we're outside, and we only have a couple more days really of wearing them. When is it? Tuesday is the last day, and then Wednesday masks don't have to be worn very much at all, so we don't need to wear them on the inside. When we're going to bars and restaurants, going to a bar or restaurant at the moment, You just need to put a mask on until you sit down. When you sit down, take it off again. Enjoy your drink, enjoy your meal. Things like supermarkets and shops as well. At the moment, you have to wear the mask. That will end. Just going around to the second beach now. It certainly is starting to feel warmer.
Yes.
And again, we've got lots of sunbeds out and beach umbrellas. Lots of people already on the beach, getting their spots, putting down their towels, some playing volleyball. I'm just going to go down the steps. I have to switch the camera off. I haven't got Anita here to say be careful, but it's always in the back of my mind. I think this may be the first I've felt of spring-like temperatures. It just really does feel holiday weather. Definitely glad I took my jacket off. We're just below McDonald's here on the second beach, the middle beach really, in Palmanova. I've just got a few steps to go up here.
Daddy's here.
So we're just outside McDonald's, and play areas. No market down this part. This part's market free. Across the road we have the Hotel Tropico, which must be opening very soon, because my friend Shauna is coming to stay there very soon. So Shauna, you can see where the Hotel Tropico is, and they must be getting all the rooms ready. I can see a door open upstairs there, so you can see there's some rooms there, and then some a little bit further back, and the cocktail bar Tropico Cafeteria is already open, so somewhere to go for a little refreshment. And I'm going to carry on walking along here, along by the playa, by the beach. And you can see in the distance quite a few boats now. There's one just coming in. They'll drop anchor and probably stay much of the day there before returning to the port of origin. As you can see across the road, the shops are open. It is a Saturday as well, and Saturday you tend to get, it's Easter Saturday, so you've got the double whammy. So you get a lot of people coming from Palma who during the lockdown discovered Palmanova. So when we used to come here when there were no tourists, we'd find a lot of people who'd come in from Palma who used to avoid Palmanova. It was full of tourists, and so it got a little bit forgotten about by the locals. But it was discovered again during the lockdown, and lots of them would come here because we've got some fantastic beaches in Palmanova. This particular part here, we've got all the pine trees, which is great if you just want to get out of the shade. You can come and sit under the pine trees. So Anita and I have done that in the past while the children have played volleyball, and even brought picnics down. So bring a table and have a little picnic under the pine trees in the shade, so it's not sizzlingly hot. So Anita and Lara have gone into Carrefour, Portopee I think, to do some shopping there, ostensibly to get food for tomorrow, but they must come back with some clothes or something else. I'm sure they will. So that's Anita. Anyway, so tomorrow we'll have Serena over with the family, and we'll be having a big family barbecue. And assuming they can find some lamb that's suitable for us to put on the barbecue, that's the plan. But depends what they can find in the supermarkets or the butchers. Whatever, they're going to come back with something, and hopefully it'll be something we can put on a barbecue and have a big family fun Easter day, and let the little ones go and get their find the eggs in the garden. Just coming up to the Paradise Beach Bar, which is one of the bars that Anita and I quite often frequent. Hi. Hello. And someone obviously who watches the videos. But we go to the this park here with the children, the grandchildren that is, and they can play there, and we can have a cool drink in the bar. But I've got nobody in tow today. Oh, looks like they're doing some work. It's interesting. Go and have a little nosy. So they have this rubbery matting, which I hope they make from spent car tyres. I don't really know, but it would seem sensible sort of thing to do. So it is a rubbery matting, and it does get worn away. So here they've taken it all up, and it looks as though they're going to be putting some fresh matting down, which is a great time to do it just in the middle of the Easter holidays. But I'm guessing nothing's going to happen until next week, and then hopefully it will all be done nicely. In the other parts they've not touched it yet. Whether they're going to do that or not, I don't know. There's some different colours as well, just to brighten the place up. So I'm going to carry on walking round on the promenade past Il Chiringo, which is the beach bar. Somewhere we need to call in one day, Anita and I, have a drink. It's all open. It tends to be one of these places we always walk past, yet I think Anita does know the owners there. Coming along the next part, and we're still in April. It's getting very warm, so the temperature I'm thinking today is probably going to be approaching mid-20s, which is quite pleasant at the moment in the morning. Might get a little bit hotter this afternoon. And these trees are really useful. They provide great bit of shade as I walk along, and Anita walks along. I always wear my hat as well. Anita's been in search of a parasol, another parasol. She has a lovely white lacy sort of parasol, and the shop she bought it from in Soyer, we've been back twice, and they don't have the big parasols at the moment. They keep promising us that they're going to have them in soon, so we keep going back to Porto Soyer. At least that's our excuse. We really like Porto Soyer. It's a really nice place to go to. We've always had really good meals down there, so it's a very pleasant walk along the front, nice and flat. And I'm just walking past the Calablanca Melia Hotel. Lots of people already here, already out on the beds, catching the rays. And in front of me, we have the Globales Santa Lucia Hotel. As I don't have Anita with me, you might have to fact check some of the things I say today. Anita usually says, "Oh, you got that one wrong." Oh well, I'll try. So yeah, so it definitely is the Santa Lucia in front, and there are definitely people staying there now. The beds are out on the roof, so there's a nice roof terrace up there, and I can see people on the balconies nice thing about this particular hotel is that the rooms on this side have got the view of this beach, and they get the early morning sun, and on the other side they've got the view of the other beach. So win-win situation. You always get a beach view at the Santa Lucia. There's a big tree in the middle, so maybe that obscures some of the room. Just going past Barbuda, nice restaurant. Guessing we're going to be coming here in a week or two's time when the next of our visitors comes, which is Angela. I'll introduce you to her when she arrives. Angela, the wife of my Uncle Paul, who sadly died during the pandemic, but not of the pandemic. Good to see all the bars and restaurants open. So just while I'm thinking about it, football today. So Mallorca won their last match, which was quite an amazing feat. They beat Atletico Madrid 1-0, and that lifted them just out of the relegation zone, and we're fourth from bottom at the moment, which is a great place to be. And if we get another win or two, we should be safe. So we're certainly looking forward to a win against Elche, but it's an away match. It's going to be tricky, and according to my friend Monroe, we haven't won there for 17 years, so it's not going to be an easy match, but none of them are easy now. But if we do manage to get a point or three, then we stand a chance of staying up, or a better chance of staying up. And then we've got the next match, which is home match, which is a Tuesday evening match, so we're getting to that and we're taking the boys, so that should be fun. I'm just coming up to the Santa Lucia now. This is the dining area here. We still haven't had one of these four-wheeled quadricycles. I need to quite fancy doing that. I'm not sure, but wait. Some kayakers out there. It's nice and calm for the kayakers. No big waves to contend with. Just the deep blue sea. Here we start to get a better view of the boats. Big ones, little ones, motor ones and sailing ones. And there's even a cruise, island cruise boat coming along, which is one of these catamarans. Some of them have got like glass bottoms, or bottoms where you can actually go and look under the water. It's one of those coming round. Kayakers paddling by. This is the Santa Lucia Hotel. I have had various messages of people who are either here now, or they've recently gone, or they're recently going to arrive. You can see all the beds are out now, and it's fully functioning. So Shauna, when you've done your Hotel Tropico, you'll be off to the Santa Lucia in just a few weeks after. So this is the third beach, and the bars along here now, the ones particularly at the end, not sure I'm going to get that far. The bars along the end are open now. I've seen some pictures taken at those bars. really is starting to feel quite warm. But beautiful, beautiful day. Some people making good use of the sunbeds and the sun umbrellas. Some more just happy to play with the ball. Showers are all working on the beach now. And we'll just have a look to see what's happened at the Orion bar. They were in the middle of refurbishment when we last came. That was only a week ago, and it seems as though it's what they're still doing. So the shutters are shut up, and all the windows are painted out, so I'm not sure how long it is before they're going to be open. But not to worry, because right next door you have the Three Brothers, and if you're into your live sports, and that's one of the places you can go to watch a match. Ooh, nice to get in the shade again. Now, someone was very worried about the ice cream shop being closed, and I just see the doors opened. So I can't remember who it was, but someone had been watching the videos and they were worried that the ice cream shop was not going to be open so that they could have an ice cream when they were here. Well, they must have heard you, because the door's open and they're getting ready to open up. Souvenir shops and the spa open across the road, and then you've got in the distance the Globales apartments, Palmanova apartments, and in front the San Matias Beach Hotel, which is now up and running, I believe. Have a quick look. I think when we were here last time we saw that they were actually doing some repairs to the pavement and promenade, and that seems to be a work in progress. We're getting there. Some lads out on a fun trip. So this to my right, as I'm walking along, is the San Matias Beach Hotel, and all the tables and chairs are outside. And I can see some doors open on the hotel. Yeah. I'm all on my own and I'm feeling a little bit thirsty. Oh dear, that's dangerous, isn't it? Drinking alone. Don't normally do that. There you go. Here we are, San Matias Beach Hotel. All the beds are out around the pool, people enjoying the sunshine. Looking towards the beach, we've got families playing pool. It's one of the games we quite often play as a family when we're on a beach or out in the campo, out into the woods. Big boys are all playing football though. And this is Ciso, which is where Costa Coffee used to be. It's now Ciso Beach Restaurant. Very nice place to be, perfect situation on the beach here. And they are celebrating their first year. So they've been open for a year, and we wish them all the best for the future. So that looks good. And we'll just head a little bit further. I'm doing very well with my walk all on my own. I haven't got Anita pulling me along. I think I'm doing quite well. Some little tricycles here. These look like great fun. I want to go. They do look like fun, even big ones for big boys and big girls. There's a trailer. It's unloading the beds for the beach. See, just beyond it, there's a tractor that goes along. And tractors will go along, and they'll also do a bit of cleaning up of the beach as well. They do a bit of scarifying and a little bit of filtering out litter that might have been left there from the previous day. So the island cruise boat that I mentioned earlier on is just across there, the Britannia Jet Submarine Vision, and that's just been collecting some passengers, and we'll take them on a little cruise wherever they want to go. Up on the, just near to that is the Hawaii Hotel. So that's the Hawaii Hotel over there, and then you've got the Tobago and the Commodore over there, and all starting to come to life, all opened up now. And the Britannia Jet Submarine Vision is just about to embark. It's gone now, it's on its way. Right, I'm going to head back, see what the boys are up to. I'll walk a little bit down here, and then I'm going to go on the back road, because I know that my viewer Jim will want to know what's happening at Monroe's, and I think I might have some exciting news for you, Jim. I'm going to turn the camera off now, and then I'll put it back on when I get a bit closer to Monroe's for you. So I've just walked around the back now at the grill house, which is just behind the San Matias Beach. Just notice pizzas and burgers half price before 6 p.m. It'll be a bargain, isn't it? I'm just making my way now back towards the boys playing their football. You see some tourists sadly on the way home by the looks of things. Taxis there ready to pick them up. And this little burger place has been open quite a lot during the pandemic, and great to see it open now. Seems to be one of the places where people come late at night. Just walking behind the San Matias Beach Hotel now. This road here is one way towards me now. I'm just going back. In front is the Santa Lucia Hotel. Just walking past the ever open Rasputin. Get a cheese and ham sandwich, toasty for $2.50. Sounds like a bargain. I've got a nice breeze now, so that's cooling me off. In the sun, when there was no breeze, it really did start to feel very warm. And here's a welcome sign, I suppose. It's a coach that's bringing people into Palmanova, and doing the airport run.
Jump, 1, 2, 3, jump.
So I've been to the airport twice now, and both occasions it's proved to be very busy. And looking at the reports on the TV in the UK, there seems to be a little bit of chaos at some of the airports. I must say that my family had not really any problem at either end, either in Heathrow, which is where my eldest daughter came from just over a week ago, and Bournemouth, which is where my younger daughter came from. Bournemouth's a very small airport with few departures each day, but arriving in Palma was also without too much of a hitch. I did recommend to my eldest daughter that she completed the Spanish health locator form, Spanish health certificate. In the end, she didn't really need to do that, because what they're interested in is the vaccination certificate that you get from the NHS. So to enter Spain from the UK might be different from other countries, but to enter Spain from the UK, you need to have a certificate to say that you are fully vaccinated. For most people, like me, it means you have had 2 jabs. I had AstraZeneca, and I think that was quite common in the UK. The other one was Pfizer, but both I and Anita had the AstraZeneca. And if that was more than 270 days ago, the second jab, then you must have had the booster as well. So all our family have had all the jabs that they need, and therefore fully vaccinated. So all they do when they come in is you get off the plane, you go down towards the place where you collect the baggage, and you'll find a whole load of people with computers and white coats, and they will ask you for your what they're really looking for is your QR code. You can just scan that into the computer and it says whether you're fully vaccinated or not. If you're not fully vaccinated, then I think you're going to get turned away. The rule is you must be fully vaccinated if you're coming from the UK with one of the recognised vaccinations. Someone wrote to me and said, well, I haven't had my 4th jab yet, because I know in the UK some people are starting to have a 4th jab. I don't think that really matters so long as the 3rd jab was within 270 days. Here in Spain, we're not having the 4th jab yet, unless you're of a risk group. So they don't quite fall into that category yet, so I'm not being called to have a 4th jab. As far as the pandemic is concerned, it's the numbers are still a bit up and down, and but it seems to have gone out of the news because there are more important things happening in the world. So the pandemic seems to have been pushed to one side, and you just get occasional mentions to say numbers are up a little bit or down a little bit, or the hospital's 30% full, or at least the A&E part. So Jim, I hope you're watching this video, because this bit's specially for you. Jim McDonald always asks me about Monroe's piano and karaoke bar, and look, it's all open, seats are out, cushions are on the chairs, and they're waiting for you to come and sing that song. Across the road we've got Taylor's, we've just gone past Gelasius, and I've forgotten the name of that 60s song. 1967, great year for music. Jim asked me to listen to this particular song. I usually walk on the other side of the room. Anita's not with me, so I've got to change today. I think Anita wants to be nearer the shops, and there are not so many shops on this side. But there is some shade, so that's why I'm staying on this side. Keeping the shade out of the sun. So don't get burnt. Wear a hat and suntan cream where necessary. One thing we have noticed was this new tandoori Indian restaurant. Well, I don't know if it's new, but it's one we hadn't noticed before. But, I think we'll have to have an investigate of that later on. I can hear some birds, which sounds really nice. I do like to hear the birds. We were in the mountains last week with the children, and the birds there were absolutely incredible. The noise, that's the wrong word, isn't it? It's the singing of the birds was amazing, and even some big birds of prey, which were a bit too far away for me to decide whether it was an eagle or a vulture, both of which we find in the Tramontana here. Just going past Rumbo's, another bar which has been asked about. And there is a medical centre here where you can have the tests, but you don't need them to go back to the UK anymore. Pretty much everything's gone there. And then the Bora Bora, very popular bar, which is popular with the locals as well. Noisy vans. Across the road we've got Banana Joe's, and I think they've got tables and chairs outside, so that's the first time I've seen that, or first time I've noticed that. Banana Joe's has got tables and chairs out. That's next to the Tabacos. If you need to use the Tabacos has you buy cigarettes, and if you're a regular listener, you'll know that I'm not very much in favour of cigarettes, and there are not many places you can really smoke here now. You certainly can't smoke in bars and restaurants, and that's one of the great things that's happened in the time that we've lived here in Mallorca. No smoking in bars, no smoking in restaurants. But you're not even supposed to smoke while walking around, really. You're supposed to stand still. People don't abide by that, but people will walk smoking. I've not seen anybody actually challenged for doing that. But if you are a smoker, you can't smoke even on the terrace of a bar. So you shouldn't be putting out ashtrays for you. So if you want to smoke, you've got to leave the bar area and stand still somewhere outside smoking. There's even been talk of stopping people smoking on the beach. Not sure whether that's going to be enforced. Just to warn you, look out for signs. Looking at one of the British daily papers today, giving you a warning of what not to do on the beach. It varies depending on whereabouts in Spain you are, but in some places you're not allowed to have a barbecue. Certainly wouldn't have a barbecue on the beach here in Palmanova. Not sure what the rule and regulation is, but it just doesn't feel right to me. So wherever the newspaper was talking about, there's a €3,000 fine for having a barbecue in that particular place. Just going past the Senses Hotel across the road, and very nice hotel indeed it is. Not actually stayed at any of these hotels, by the way, but I have been walked through. It's very smart inside, and the manager there is a very, very nice gentleman, and again a family friend. Dogs are another thing. I suppose if you're coming on holiday from the UK, you're unlikely to have a dog with you, but dogs are not welcome on the beach. So they can walk on the promenade here, but not on the beach. And you will get stopped by the police if you've got a dog on the beach at this time of the year. I think maybe in the winter time they don't bother so much. Hello. I'm having a really pleasant walk on my own today, and Anita's, I'm sure, having the time of her life with Lara in the shopping centre. Don't know what they're missing, do they? Although probably by the time I get back, they'll be there, and by the time I get back it will nearly be time to go off to watch the football match. So it's an away match today, so we just go to the cafe, the Mallorca cafe, which is part of the football ground, and because it's a 2 o'clock kickoff, we'll stop and have our lunch there. And we're taking the 2 eldest of the grandsons, who are far more knowledgeable than I on football, and may even give Monroe a few testing questions today. Just coming past the Hotel Tropico again. So Shawnee, you get a second look. Claire, looking forward to seeing you, looking forward to meeting you actually. I'm not met Shauna or Claire in person, but we have spoken via a Zoom type link. And Shauna has been so excited about coming over to Mallorca for the past year or so. She had one holiday cancelled, and the one to the Tropico was a little bit of a surprise one, a bit of an extra. They're coming again in July, so giving her a little bit of a taste here in May. So Claire, Shauna, really looking forward to meeting you, and it won't be long now. Shauna has a little countdown. I'm sure she'll know exactly how many days it is. And we won't be going here, Shauna. No McDonald's. When we came last week, we went to Nova Tapa, and we had a whole big selection of tapas. If you haven't seen it, look at last week's video. Really nice tapas, and that was definitely my preference to McDonald's. McDonald's does have some good points that you perhaps don't find in the UK, and one is they sell beer, so when I go I can have a beer. I don't think they do that in McDonald's in the UK unless they've changed over the years. And the other thing is they sell quite good coffee. So 2 pluses for McDonald's. But, other than that, not a place that Anita and I will frequent. Does that make us snobs? Rhetorical question, that. Rhetorical. You don't need to answer. Just coming into the little square here. Lots of sort of souvenir shops. And lots of places you can go to for different things. Jewellery shops. You can even go and have your feet nibbled. That's the sort of thing you fancy. Anita's actually had that done. Oh, I can't. Thought of it. It's terrible. Someone was asking me about the new bazaar, and I'm assuming they actually meant these new supermarkets that are across the road. One of them takes the place of the Taboo restaurant that was there and see the all sorts of gifty type things. Across the road from Ciro's restaurant. The other one is the Acme supermarket, which is nice, right next door, and that one's a bit more of a supermarket. It's more food and drinky, crispy type things. So if that's what you meant by the bazaar, that's where they are and what they are, and they are all open now. This is Ciro's and this is Ciro's Terrace. Great spot to have a beer overlooking the beach. But usually when Anita and I are walking along here, we'll stop at the Beehive Palmanova, which is just in front on the left, and we'll sit there and usually I'll have a shandy or a beer. There's a coffee usually, although I was told this morning it's never too early for wine. Maybe. And next door to the Palmanova, the Beehive, was the place where we used to buy the newspaper from. That closed quite a while ago now. And then next to that's the Miramar, which is being gutted, and because they're reconstructing the place. So don't know what's going to happen there. We'll keep our eye on it and see what progress. There's a skip absolutely full of rubble. So we're back to this market area now, and quite a few people and the shufties all look around. Hi, how you doing?
Good, are you okay?
Too bad. Oh, I've got rid of her. That's nice just to see Gainer catch up. So yeah, all the stalls are looking pretty busy. Besides having the beach umbrellas and the beach beds, there's also a lifeguard on duty, so that's always good to know. You never know if people are going to get into trouble. The sea is very safe here, but people sometimes are a little bit more confident than they should be in the sea, especially when there's a little bit of wind blowing and there's a wall blows into the sea, as happened with us just the other day. And once it goes past a certain position, you've got to let it go, and that's it. So we lost the ball. New ball was purchased, and the boys are playing with that one now. See the boys in the distance, they still seem to be playing on the sand. Coming up to 20 to 12. Fresh potato chips. The smell of the sweets here. I can almost smell the sugar. taste it. Well, it's a nice walk for me. I doubt I've done my 10,000 steps, but at least I've made a start on them. Certainly feels as though I've been for a little walk. Well, the boys are on the beach there. I'm just going to say bye. Hey, how you doing?
Hello, how are you? Everything okay?
Saw you last year, didn't we? Said
Yeah.
hello. Good to see you.
Yes, you too, my friend. All the best for the people to come in Palmanova.
Yeah,
All the
looking a
best.
bit more lively now, isn't it?
Yes,
It's so
it
much
is.
better.
For entertainment.
I'm sorry, I've forgotten your name.
Salvatore.
Salvatore.
Hey.
Good to see you again,
Good to see
Salvatore.
you.
Muy bien.
How's it going, okay?
Todo bien, todo bien.